The dreaming took them all across the land. There was always the baby born in their camps by the tribal grandmothers attending their birth.
Given the old traditional ways of birthing and the really close interaction between mothers, grandmothers and young women, where everybody had a role in Aboriginal society, whereas today a lot of that responsibility has been taken away from the old women and it's now transferred into the medical model. I think when you look at the mortality rate of babies before they're delivered, the young mums have a lot of complications. Some have a lot of complications, a lot don't present early enough to get the good antenatal care that's required. And the idea of using art and health or art to make a connection with these young women is probably a non-threatening way to involve them in a project, then in the process deliver health education.
I think having them in a group like that with, the project going on, belly moulds being made, but lots sitting around, or we'd be having lunch together. Some of the girls would say, Meg, listen to my baby's heartbeat. And so I brought my equipment along and, if they hadn't had an antenatal check recently, then they would just lie down on a bed that was there on the floor and I'd get down on my knees and just feel the baby, and then the others would come around and go, wow, and you'd listen to the heartbeat, and it was just really encouraging and exciting for everybody. It encouraged the girls to come here and feel safe and nurtured on the health setting, where traditionally they mightn't have felt that. So it's because it was in a group and it gave us time and we were relaxed together. It wasn't the pressure of appointments,
They taught us what it was going to be like in the labour ward.
One would be sitting breastfeeding and another one who might be thinking, oh, I'm not sure I'm going to breastfeed, shame, might then think, oh, yeah, I can see that's a good thing.
She's healthier because I kept her on the breast too. I just wanted to keep it up to as long as I could.
There was one registered nurse from out at one of the outlying areas. She'd worked there for 19 years. And in that following week after the Mubali exhibition at the art gallery, she sent me an email just saying, it gets me a bit choked up, but she just said, I've been working for 19 years with these communities, and she said, I've never seen anything that's really made a difference. But she said to go to that exhibition and see young mums lifting their heads up and standing up on the lectern and speaking through a microphone.
Because a lot of young Aboriginal girls that are walking around now, some of them feel worthless because they've got children. I did feel like that, but because of this I don't.
You can tell in your guts if something's really working, and this is something that really worked.
Because being a mum ain't going to stop you from doing other things. It's going to make you stronger and get out there and do it.
Here in Derby and in the Kimberley generally, we do struggle a bit to engage young pregnant women. They don't necessarily come in early or frequently for antenatal checkups, and so we're looking for ways to engage with young women.
I suppose they have their own reasons of not connecting. I mean, you know, when you look at maternity staff as well, there's a lot. I suppose it's that whether they sound like a teacher-student role where they're being told to do things rather than, you know, learning through a process, which is the whole idea of Mubali, is making a connection with the midwives, the old women and these young mothers. So what does it mean to them to have a cast of their belly? And it's a lifetime memento for them really, and it's sort of, you know, has a pride in their home. And it might be a way of the women kind of having more of a connection to their unborn baby as well. So to say, wow, I should really take more care. If you're consuming alcohol and cigarettes, then, you know, we know through studies that it's going to have low birth weights. So it is trying to sort of get young mums to reduce smoking and drinking during pregnancy. So it is less traumatic for them when they do, you know, come to full term when they are having their babies.
I've taken on the role of doing other pregnant women's bellies and torsos if they wish. I could be like the midwives were for me, you know, someone who I could sit down and talk to when they need someone to talk to.